Leslie. Today we're reading Chapter 6 of Human FNAF X Reader. We're reading Chapter 6 and Chapter 7. Guys, I'm sorry I have not updated the yandere. Dude, you know how hard... I did that, like, so many tries, but tomorrow I'm actually going to do it because I've been super busy. But after tomorrow, tomorrow I have tutoring and I have to get some cosplay makeup and stuff because my school wants me to dress up for Halloween, you know, on Wednesday because it's Halloween on Wednesday. Guys, I'm going to videotape a little bit of what my school goes through because since they won't let me go on YouTube, I'm just going to videotape it from my phone. It's going to suck a little bit. I'm just going to tell you that right now. It's not going to be the best hearing because, you know, there's a lot of kids. There's like 6th graders, 7th graders, and 8th graders. And I wasn't, like, it's hard to videotape because those teachers are sharp, okay? They can see. They can see through, okay? They're freaking, like, villains, okay? So, anyways, also, one of my cat ears broke. Sad emoji. Anyways, guys, let's read Human FNAF X Reader. And tomorrow, I am going to read Yandere Creepypasta. Sorry, guys, I had to check up there real quick because, well, I got 10 views on another. I just posted them, so, yeah. I just posted some of my cosplay videos. I'm probably going to dress up as, I don't know what to dress up this year, but I'm just going to dress up as something that's easy and that's really cool. So, I'm going to show you guys my cosplay whenever I go to school on Wednesday. So, after tomorrow, I'll show you guys. Pretty freaking early, so probably like at 6 a.m. and then I'll probably post at like 7. That's what I'll say. Anyways, guys, let's continue on Chapter 6. Someone New. It seemed like you were sobbing for ages before the golden-haired man returned. You stopped sobbing, but a stray of tears were rolling down your cheeks. Now, where were we? He said. You didn't give him time to respond. Where is she? He flinched slightly. You stared deeply into his eyes. An unreliable expression was plastered on his face. With a hint of sadness? You slightly frowned as he leaned against the wall and closing his eyes. You know, I thought you would accept me just as fast as the others. His voice was hardly more than a whisper. You strained your ears to pick up every word. I'm sorry, I didn't know what you're talking about, you said, shaking. Ha! That's our excuse for a night guard. Probably didn't tell you about me. After all, I'm just an empty suit with no one wants me around. You frowned at his words. He looked down, allowing his golden bangs to fall over his face. Your shoulders drooped as you looked down to realize that the rope was on your right hand and was cut off. You slowly got yourself free from the chair and stood up, your muscles protesting with stiffness. Wincing, you staggered over to him and wrapped your arms around him. He stiffened at your hug, but slowly relaxed and hugged you back. You both stood there for what seemed like 10 minutes. His tears getting your shoulder wet. It's all right now, you said eventually, and you both pulled away. He wiped his remaining tears and put on a bright smile on his face. So, should we get back to the pizzeria? You suggested, and he nodded. He put his hand on your shoulder, and soon enough, we were back in the pizzeria. Where is everyone? You asked yourself, looking around. The man shrugged and turned towards you. I didn't catch your name, he stuttered. He smiled at his cuteness. My name's Leslie. What's yours? It's Goldie. He lifted his top hat and placed it down again. He chuckled and suddenly stopped. He looked into Goldie's eyes sternly. Where's Rose? You tried your hardest to stay calm, and you succeeded. Goldie looked down at the floor before replying. I left her in the other room. But I'll get her, he said, the last part right before you were about to scold him. You furrowed your eyebrows. All right, go get her. He nodded and was gone in the blink of an eye. You looked at the clock. It was 2 a.m. You sighed, and right at that moment, Goldie reappeared with Rose. Her brown hair was a mess, and her eyes were dull. Rose, are you okay? You rushed to her and gave her a hug. Her only response was a groan. Excuse me, guys. You frowned and sat her on a nearby chair. Goldie was shuffling his feet uncomfortably. He moved some stray strands from her face. She shook her head. Leslie, I want to go home. You nodded. Sure thing, I'll get you home. You placed your hand behind her back and placed your other hand underneath her knees. You carried her bridal style and almost dropped her. Sorry guys, my neck is sore. Sorry guys. Due to her weight. Before Goldie caught her and carried her. You flashed him a grateful glance before you both headed towards the car. You opened the passenger seat and placed Rose in. She was half asleep and was about to faint as you got into the driver's seat. Can I come with you, Leslie? Goldie asked shyly. You nodded and jammed your thumb in the direction of the back seat. Hop in! Goldie's eyes brightened, and he got in the car in a flash. You started the car and was on your way to Rose's house. You were halfway there when Rose spoke, still half asleep. Leslie, can I stay at your place? You nodded and turned the car around. No one spoke as you arrived to your apartment. Goldie, can you take her inside? Goldie nodded and was soon carrying Rose as you led the way. You unlocked the door and stepped inside. Goldie placed Rose on the couch and was about to leave when you both heard footsteps sounding from the hallway. You were both on guard and jumped out of your skin when you realized who it was. Leslie! Freddy, Foxy, Chica, and Bonnie stood in front of you, their mouths open in shock as they caught a sight of Rose and Goldie. You noticed Freddy clenching his fist. Guys, what, how, and why? Foxy held up a folder that had your name printed on it in red. It almost contained most of your information. Well, we'll explain everything later, lass. But why is he with you? Foxy flashed a hateful glance at Goldie. Goldie bared his white teeth in response. You placed your hand on your forehead and took a couple deep breaths. Okay, let's get settled first and then we'll talk. They nodded. As you finished time skip, as you finished telling them what happened, they told you their side. So we left the pizzeria and searched for you. We still couldn't find you, so we decided to go to your apartment and wait for you there. Bonnie explained. You nodded and rubbed your eyes. Footsteps sounded as Rose stood up in the doorway in the living room. Hey, Leslie, I had a crazy dream about... A shrill scream from Rose. Her eyes rolled the back of her head as she fainted. Guys, we're having no cliffhangers today. Okay? Anyways, chapter 7, Trouble. Rose's point of view. My eyes shot open. Leslie was sitting next to me on her couch with other people. Who are these people? I looked at each of them. They all had ears like an animal and funky hair colors. There were 4 boys and 1 girl. But I had to admit, they were pretty cute. I noticed Leslie sleeping on my shoulder. The lights were off and the TV was the only thing lighting up the room. I shook her gently and raised her head, giving her a white smile. Before I could explode with a million questions, she shook my hand and we both went upstairs. No one turned to look at us as we swept past them. Only the purple-haired boy gave me a small nod and a smile. Yeesh. Where did Leslie find these hot dudes? I'm sorry, guys. I just don't like using my name, but I could make up a name, but it'd either be horrible or really bad. So I'm just go with the flow, okay, guys? I have to go with this flow, so yeah, whatever. Also, guys, before I continue, I'm sorry. I'm going to try to find Blood Lost because I think it's in my other account on Wattpad. I'm going to try my hardest to find it, but if I cannot find it, again, I have to get horrible news, and I hate giving horrible news to you guys. How much you support. And I hate, you know how much I hate giving worse, horrible news. So I'm going to try my hardest to find it. If I can't, I'm going to just replace it with a book that is almost probably exactly like it. And, you know, you won't feel that bad. It'd be a little bit different, but still the same, you know? Anyways, continuing the story. Where was I? Okay, yeah. As we made our way upstairs, we got into her room and sat down on the bed. Explain, I said, crossing my arms and furrowed my eyebrows. She nodded and began telling me all about how I got here and what happened back at the pizzeria. As she was telling me what happened, I occasionally rubbed the back of my head, where my hair was lifting all of my weight. Memories flooded back to me as I remembered most of what she said. Only the car ride I did not remember. I nodded slowly as she finished. I get it now. Just one question. Who is that cute chick and those men down there, huh? I asked, lifting an eyebrow and pointing my thumb in the direction of the door. Leslie blushed a little bit. I'm not sure if you will believe me, she stammered. I shook my hand and held her hands. Leslie, we've been friends forever. I'll believe you if you are serious. She nodded and took a deep breath. There are animatronics from that old pizzeria you and I used to go to. Somehow they can transform into human form and they're in animatronic form. I'm not sure how it works, but promise you will not tell anyone, okay? My eyes went wide as she finished, and judging by the look on her face, she was dead serious. I ran my fingers through my brown hair and tied it into a ponytail with an elastic I had on my wrist. Well, I would like to meet them, I told her, breaking the silence. Her brown eyes lit up, and she grabbed my hand and raced downstairs, with me chugging behind. Your point of view. You are buzzing with excitement. She took it better than you thought. You brought her to the living room and turned off the TV and opened the lights. Hey, Leslie, are you going to finally introduce us to your little friend? Bonnie asked, tipping his head to the side. He nodded. Guys, this is Rose. Rose, you remember them, right? Rose opened to speak and studied each of them. That's the purple one, Bonnie, I think, and that's Freddie, and the redhead is Foxy. Oh, and that's Chica. And then she turned to Goldie, who was slightly frowning. Isn't that the old animatronic that performed on the stage for those 4? You nodded, and she smiled and turned towards you. Hey, Leslie, I better go. You nodded and led her towards the door where you said your goodbyes. You closed the door and behind her as she left. You checked the time on your watch and it read 4 a.m. You made your way to the living room and leaned against the doorway. Guys, shouldn't you head back to the pizzeria? You asked. They all turned towards you. Well, Leslie, the thing is, we were replaced, so they shut down the pizzeria until they installed the new animatronics. Freddy said. Your mouth hung wide open and stared at them. Well, won't they notice that you guys are missing? Chica shook her head. There are robots in the pizzeria that perform for us when we don't want to. You nodded slowly and sat down with them again. So, Leslie, we wanted to ask you something, Goldie said. We want to stay with you until the new pizzeria is done. You smiled brightly and pulled them all into a group hug. Of course you can stay. Your moment with them didn't last long. A voice sounded from the doorway. A voice you didn't expect to hear soon. Leslie, who are these people? Ha! Oh my god, a cliffhanger. I hate cliffhangers. Guys, I'm sorry. I have to end it here. Anyways, guys, I'm going to try to read Yandere, Creepypastas, and this at the same time. These do not take that long to edit at the same time. They take so long to upload to YouTube. So, hopefully it hurries up and updates. Like, pray to God that you'll, like, it's rare to get 2 videos a day, guys. It is freaking rare. Like, if you watch me post my videos, I only post one every 2 weeks. It's just rare mix-up schedules. So, guys, I don't know because I have, like, different stuff to do every day. So, you won't, like, you won't see me, like, in every video. Like, most of the videos are me reading the chapter or just plain black or something like that. So you might see my face pretty soon. Anyways, guys, I'm glad hopefully you enjoyed these 2 chapters. I really hate cliffhangers, but guys, I want you to guess who screamed at the end. Leslie, who are these people? I already know the answer, guys, because if you look back into the chapters, guys, I'm not going to say, but she did have someone living with her. I'm just going to say that because if you look back in the chapters and hear a little bit, you will hear something that will connect you to this one and you will answer the question. Anyways, if you figure out who was at the end, guess. Leslie, who are these people? Please comment down below because I already know the answer, but I wonder if you guys know the answer. If you guys have been really listening to the chapters. Anyways, guys. Bye, guys, and peace.
Will you come play with me? Please. I don't want to be alone. We can play forever and ever.